Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of These Are the Valleys. Y'all, I don't know if y'all could tell, but your girl is rejuvenated, refreshed. I'm ready to go, okay? It's just something about them weekend trips that'll really have you like feeling it the next week. You know what I mean? And that's on self-care. That's on rest and recovery. But real quick, I'll dive into this a little bit more. I'm kind of going to be talking about my trip to Austin, which if y'all don't know, that is where I'm moving and where I feel that God has called me to. And so this is kind of going to be based off of that. Y'all know that each week I talk a little bit more about what God is walking me through that week, because if y'all are really in tune with God, He is always teaching you something. Like always, always, always. There's always something to learn, something to grasp, and something that He's revealing. So today's title is going to be Believe Him the First Time, okay? Because I'm going to be very honest with y'all. When I heard this from God in December, early December, I believed it instantly, okay? I'm one of those people, God only got to say it one time and I'm going to run with it. I have childlike faith. But over the course of time, it becomes hard to maintain, I find, especially when I am told something that really takes a lot of faith. You know what I mean? Like if God is telling me, hey, stop doing this, hey, start doing that, that's fine. But this man literally told me to move states into a state that I've never even visited. Okay. And that's word to Abraham. Go into a land I will show you. Okay. A land that I haven't even seen yet. At that time. And so I really have been going through just waves of course, spiritual attack, of just really doubting and just being unsure and really needing like bucket loads of confirmation. And I'm like, I want to drive by, Lord, and see a sign. Like this is a huge thing that you're asking me to do, to really step out on major faith, not just spiritually, but financially, socially, on a personal level, mentally. Like moving states is not something that I take lightly. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I'm literally moving away from everything that I've ever known since I was 6 years old. All my friends are here. My family is here. I don't know literally a single soul in Texas besides the person that I'm moving with. And it just felt very overwhelming at times. And so the enemy was on his stuff, okay, these last couple months, trying to really psych me out, really get me into a headspace where I would really, really be like, okay, God, if this is you, I need you to show me like X, Y, and Z. And God was not doing it. Like He was not giving me that big colossal confirmation that I was really, really wanting. But He gave me the revelation and just the peace of mind to know that I was beyond big confirmations. I was beyond that. And not to say that God will never give me a big confirmation again in my life. I'm sure He will. I hope He does. But it's just to say that when you get to a certain level with God, where you really do hear from Him clearly, for the most part, you know what I mean? It's a trial and error process sometimes. But when you get to that level with Him, where He trusts you to be obedient, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that because come on, Holy Spirit. When you get to that level with God, He's not about to spoon feed you, right? I wanted to be a baby so bad. I wanted Him to give me the milk. Like I need the super confirmations, but He was giving me small little crumbs here and there, small crumbs. Like one of the big things for me was having things being taken care of when I got there, or at least knowing some kind of something. And just over time, God has been so faithful to just give me small crumbs of confirmation, the way that He was literally kind of lighting my path. One of my favorite scriptures to quote is, He is a light unto our feet and a lamp unto our path, right? And so with that imagery, it's kind of exactly what He was doing. Like the next step was always so obvious and it was taken care of, y'all. Like things are so easy for me. So I'm going to give y'all like a little bit of the down and dirty a little later. But to circle back to what just came out of my mouth that I never even considered, was that God trusts me to be obedient. I think confirmation a lot of times, and let me not even say a lot of times, maybe, I'm going to throw this out here, maybe God is giving certain people a lot of confirmation because that's what they need to complete the task. Without the confirmation, it wouldn't get done. But maybe, just maybe, in those situations where you feel like God is not giving you confirmation, it's because he knows you're going to do it. If I know you're going to do the thing already, why would I continue to give you confirmation and spoon feed you? No. You big enough, you grown enough. That's like when kids become a toddler when they're like 5 years old and they're like, can you help me tie my shoe? No, you know how to tie your shoe? Tie your shoe. You know what I mean? Like, if I told you put your jacket on, I'm not about to help you put your jacket on. You know how to put your jacket on. And I'm kind of getting that same effect. Like, we have to remember that God is also a father. And when I think about my father, there are certain things that my dad will not do for me. He will not help me with because he knows I can do it on my own. There's certain things that my mom will not do for me because she knows I can do that on my own. She's never been the type to, like, coddle us. She lets us go out and do it. She'll teach us, help us, and then let us go out and do it. And so I really do believe that is part of how God operates. It's something that I'm experiencing. At least that's how he's operating with me. I can only speak from my experience. So let me not make a blanket statement for everyone. And I'm just throwing that out there, something to consider. That maybe the reason you're not getting that confirmation is because God already trusts that you're going to do it. Like, remember, God stands outside of time, right? So he is already seeing you complete the task before you completed the task. Like, he sees your beginning and your end. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all, I was really struggling with that and just really had to come to peace with the fact that God doesn't need to repeat himself. Those small crumbs that he was giving me along the way, lighting up my path here and there, were just enough to keep me going, just enough to keep me going, just enough to keep me going. And so I really appreciated that. One thing that I've also learned about God in this last week, I already knew, but sometimes you just got to see it, is that God is a God of action, man. Like, if he says he's going to do something, he's going to take care of it. Like, one of my favorite phrases to say, and I'll probably say it again at the end of the episode because that's just how I'm built, is if God calls you to it, he'll bring you through it. If God calls you to it, he'll bring you through it. And I'm not sure where I heard that from, but I just always say that. I really do. And I could not have seen that any more than I have seen it in this process of preparing to go to Austin. So just a couple things that have happened to me over time. I'm going to be kind of vague, not super specific with some things because this is my personal life and I don't know all y'all like that, respectfully. So I needed to move my stuff. I was going to drive my stuff with my dad and we're going to do a U-Haul. But y'all, that's like 14 something hours. Now, my family used to do road trips when growing up. But we just not that young no more. None of us are. So my dad actually offered to have my stuff shipped there for me and like just fly us out there to go have that taken care of. And that is way more convenient, a lot less stress on me. So I'm really, really, really appreciative of him doing that. Especially since I thought he was going to be hesitant to me moving so far away, which he was initially, but he's come around so well to it. So that was a major blessing. Then I went this weekend for Valentine's weekend because newsflash, and don't kill me, saints. Don't throw the rock, okay? Don't throw the rock. But I'm moving with my boyfriend to Texas. He's already there. So this weekend I went and, we celebrated Valentine's Day this past weekend. And I was just getting acclimated to Austin. And y'all, when I tell you everything, just literally everything, even my flight out there was taken care of, like not by him, but by, it was essentially free. Like it worked out with the points that I had earned from a new card that I had just gotten. Like everything just worked out. Okay. It worked out crazy. I get there, y'all. I done got a job on the spot. I was only in Austin for 4 days. Really 3.5. Got a job on the spot, y'all. Where I'm living is already secured. Found a group chat on GroupMe. Well, from TikTok, but it's on GroupMe with a whole bunch of girls that live in the area. So I have a quicker pipeline, not only to events and to know what's happening in the community, but to also make friends and to build my own sense of community there. Child, we went and visited his church. I know he'd be listening to this episode, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's my home church now, y'all. I already talked to God about it. That's the church. It's signed, sealed, and delivered, y'all. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Like, Just everything that I could possibly need to get to Austin has been getting taken care of so quickly. And things in Atlanta have been so rocky for me. Like, I've just really been not digging it here these last couple days, weeks. And God was telling me that the soil here in Atlanta is drying up for me because the soil in Texas is rich and is waiting for me. Just one of the things that he told me one day. And I was just like, that's making so much sense because it's just not given. Like, Atlanta's not given for me right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all, it's been a whirlwind of a weekend, a whirlwind of the past like 2 months. Like, I literally moved in a little over a month, y'all. And I I'm at a loss for words, low key, but it gave me a different understanding of who God is when it comes to being a provider. Now, I think about a provider covering my needs, and in the context of God, I'm talking about God is going to be there when I really, really need something, when I'm down bad. But it also means that God is going to take care of things for me ahead of time. When he's called me to something, that means he's got his hand on it. And when he's got his hand on it, y'all, I'm really not lifting a finger with this move. Like, the only thing left is like furniture and those types of things, which I'm super excited about. This is going to be my first time really like decorating. So, y'all. God really has me speechless. And if you know me, that's hard to do because your girl can talk. As y'all know, I can talk for hours, honey, by myself and listen to the sound of my own voice. But I'm just so grateful, so blessed. God is so faithful. And so I'm not on here just to talk about my life and just to brag on how good God is being to me, which, partially, yes. But also just to encourage those of y'all who God has called to some hard things, who God has called to step out in any way, shape, or form. It may not be moving states. It may be at a new job or a new church or moving apartments or whatever it is for you. Just know that God is faithful. If God has called you to it, he'll bring you through it truthfully and honestly. See, y'all, I knew I was going to say it again. Truthfully and honestly, he'll take care of you. Like, you will be taken care of. It's not to say that we will never struggle. We will never see issue. We will never have difficulty. But we just have to know that God has our back and our front and our behind. He has gone before us. Like, I wrote in my prayer journal maybe last night or the night before, but I truly know what it means for God to have gone before me. Like, I feel as though God has gone before me in this place. And it's just like, man, when I arrive, I'm going to be settled. And I just hope that this is encouraging for someone. Like, I love hearing other people's testimonies of how God is working in their life. It encourages me. It empowers my faith and empowers my perseverance and endurance. So hopefully it can do the same for y'all, because I just can't stress enough how much I really want y'all to trust God with everything. Like, trust God with everything, y'all. He's got it. Like, he has got it. There is no shortage of anything that God can do, y'all. Anything God can do. It's a month before I move. I got a job, a church, building community, an apartment. I'm just gonna fly in. My stuff already gonna be there. And they gonna unload. Like, come on, like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The only thing I can make this better is if I got free furniture. That is literally the last thing that I'm on top of. That's it. And I'm putting this out there, Lord. Hey, you want to do your girl a salad. But I haven't even asked God for these things respectfully. Like, I've just been like, God, I'm just putting it in your hands. I haven't even been like, oh God, I need it. God knows what I need before I even say it. And he's already taken care of it. And, oh man, y'all. He's got what you need, bruh. He knows what you need, bruh. He knows what you need, sis. He's already got it taken care of. You just have to live that day out. You just have to live that day out to see what he's got for you. So just know, if y'all have been struggling, anybody has been struggling with their faith, if anybody has been struggling with believing something God has told them, if anybody has been struggling with taking that leap, do it. God has got your back and your front. Come on. He's got your back and your front, okay? So yeah, y'all. I'm actually recording this on Valentine's Day, but when it drops, it's not going to be Valentine's Day no more. So happy belated Valentine's Day. I love y'all. I love Jesus. Jesus loves you and Jesus loves me. It's full circle of love. Okay. Circle of love. It's a circle of love. I'm sure y'all get tired of me being corny on here. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. All right, y'all. I don't know what it looks like from the mountaintop just yet, but for now, these are the valleys. Bye.